taken over the hallowed ground between the hedges, and you know the dogs are ready to bite. Welcome between the hedges to Athens, Georgia and Sanford Stadium, home of the Georgia Bulldogs. As we'll see a squad from the ACC, the Florida State Seminoles, taking on the 19th ranked team in the land, the Georgia Bulldogs. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, can't wait to get this one started. Georgia about to kick it off to get us underway. And he's not going to take the touchback. Pulled down at the 18, and the decision to bring it out of the end zone was not a good one. This place is roaring, and it's going to be so hard to operate under these conditions. Back to throw, it's Applewhite. Just a little off. Incomplete. This crowd trying to make life miserable for this offense. Misfired on the last play. They'll go back to the air. A strike downfield. They finally get him on the ground, but he's got an explosive play for the first down. This guy hoping to join that long line of big playmakers for Florida State, whether it's Rashad Green, Kez McCorvey, or, of course, the great Peter Warrick.
Finding those guys on the outside with game-breaking speed that you can build your offense around, that you know you can consistently throw the football, get Doak Campbell Stadium rocking.
Oh, he's got some space. And he picks up a huge chunk of yards on that play before he's finally hauled down.
This guy strikes fears into the hearts of every defensive coordinator, David, with that speed. If you give this guy any open grass, man, he's gone.
It's just silly. Look at the angles, people trying to catch him, but he's got so much juice. He can outrun those angles and make enormous plays.
And the Seminoles will snap it on 1st and 10. They're going to ride this running back. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
Well, after ripping off a big-time run on his opening carry, a negative play this time around. And this is going to be key. They're going to keep giving him the ball, and they need him to have more positive plays than negative ones if they're going to win.
Operating in the red zone here on 2nd down. Off play action. Going for 6. Touchdown, Florida State. They grab the early lead. You want to talk about a great way to start the game and set the tone early.
It's so nice to have a quarterback just get himself into the game, get himself established. You make a couple throws, you lead your offense down the field, you score right off the bat. Could not have been a better start for that QB.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. He'll bring it out. It's not. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. making adjustments. From the gun, they'll try to impose their will. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
Great team defense on that run play. Everybody doing their job. People winning their one-on-ones, D linemen staying in their gaps, linebackers and DBs filling. You just can't do it better.
Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. Give to the running back. Fighting off the defender. Out across the 20 to the 21-yard line, a 3-yard gain.
You know, as a defense, you kind of want to force the give on the RPO. You want them to run the football, and you can tell maybe the quarterback wishes he pulled this. Small gain, but some information you gathered maybe for the next time you get to run an RPO.
Bunch formation for these receivers. On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. Moves around to clear up the vision. And some room to work. Nice run there. Picks up a few, and they'll force him out of bounds.
And on the 3rd play of the drive, 3rd down, it's the scrambling ability of this quarterback that goes and picks up the 1st down. He was so calm back there. He never got flustered. Nobody open, no problem. If you give this guy 1 yard to run, he's going to tuck it and take off, and that's exactly what happened there.
It'll be a 1st and 10 from the 29. They'll ride the running back and leave it with him. Just working and poking and prodding and finding his way up to the 36.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on 1st down, man, you are doing just that.
And the Dogs can really attack on this 2nd and short. Linebackers shuffling around, trying to keep the quarterback from getting a read. It's complete to the right. Gets away from one, finds room. Stopped at the 47 after a 10-yard gain.
I just love quarterbacks that aren't greedy and that aren't always trying to throw the home run ball, right? 2nd down, you're in your own end of the field. The guy you want to throw to is not open. Just find the back. He'll go do something positive with it. This guy is a weapon. You've got to find him in the passing game.
Gets it all the way down to the 39-yard line. It'll be a 1st down.
I like the running back there on the route, the patience he showed, really setting it up. He got to the defender, was able to put his foot in the ground, get some separation, catch it, and turn upfield for the 1st.
Just inside the 40-yard line. It's 1st and 10 from the 39. Might be changing the route. Wide receiver going in motion. They'll run it from the gun. He breaks a tackle.
And that would be the definition of 1st down success. Putting yourself in a good position. It's 2nd and inches. I can do whatever I want next. I can take a shot down the field. I can run the football and get a new set of downs. Like, nice 1st down execution.
The Bulldogs have a lot of options on 2nd and inches. Finds his tight end. Turning it up. Got some room. Headed to the goal line. Touchdown, Dogs. A great catch and run for 6.
It's so nice as a quarterback that it's not just your receivers that are dangerous after the catch. How about the yak ability by this tight end? He's a guy that can stretch the field. He can make DBs miss, and he's got speed. He's a generational talent. He's really helping out this offense.
Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. He'll bring it out. Gets it out to the 20, about 5 yards short of where he'd be if he had just taken a knee in the end zone. They'll snap it from the 20 for the opening play of this drive. And with this place rocking, the crowd forces a false start. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. The give to the tailback. Works his way ahead for 3. They'll spot it at the 18.
And that's a really nice play. It's impressive. When it's first down and the defense thinks you might be running the football, you still can line up. You can get some movement at the point of attack and find a little crease for your running.
Well, will they dial up on 2nd and a long way to go? To throw, it's Applewhite. Here comes the heat. And he'll just get rid of that one.
A nice job by the quarterback there. You're outside the pocket, nobody's open, so you throw the ball away knowing that you still have more chances to get this first down.
The dogs are barking and growling and trying to hold him here on 3rd down. Off the play fake. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete. And the Noles decide to punt it away. They'll have to boot it away for the first time tonight. Fair catch is brought in at the 43, and they are set up nicely. They'll open this drive and snap it from the 44. From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
It's hard to run on a defense that comes off the ball like that and runs to the football like that. Good luck. No holes anywhere.
These offensive scripts on both sides have been masterpieces as they are going up and down the field in the first. Got his man on the right. Through behind his pad. Found enough room to get it into enemy territory. They're down at the 43-yard line. Sometimes it's not about a fancy play design. It's about just getting him the ball and letting him play.
Especially nowadays with running backs being so good out of the backfield. You know they're going to catch it, and there's so many ways to use them, but exactly. Get it to him, let him break tackles, let him make plays. Easy decision.
I just love this guy's instincts, right? When things aren't open right away, he never panics. He just understands the situation where he is on the field, and he's so confident in his own natural ability that he has the ability to run, go get the first down, keep this drive rolling.
Georgia coming out with a fresh set of downs. Looking to throw on first down. Trying to make magic on the scramble. And with that stop, we are headed toward the end of the first quarter. Entertaining first quarter, and we are all locked up after one as we take a quick look at some stats. We've got a good one going here. I'm looking forward to keep those vibes rolling here in the second. First play of the period will be a second down. He wants to change this route. A run for the quarterback. Stopped at the 13-yard line as the drive continues. The Dogs back to the line on first down. Let's see if they keep leaning on this running game. Looking to throw on first down. Into the end zone. Give him 6. Touchdown Bulldogs.
And it's not an accident. They're featuring this guy. His second receiving touchdown of the game. That's your job as a coach. Find my playmakers, get them the ball so they can do damage and have games like this right here.
And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays. And they finish it by firing one in from the 13 for the score. He'll bring it out. It's Gibson. Stopped at the 17, and he's probably second-guessing that return. Okay, guys, the Florida State offense returns to the field. They find themselves trailing by a touchdown and a chance on this drive to even the score. Flips it out in the flat.
And that's kind of a lot of today's running game, right? Split the ball out quick, get it to your playmakers in space, get positive yards. It's instead of running the ball a couple yards up the middle, now you just split it out wide, and a lot of times if you break a few tackles, it could be even bigger.
The Seminoles with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. Back to pass, it's Applewhite. Missed his receiver there, it's incomplete.
And how nice is it to have the home crowd going absolutely bananas? Communication is harder. The snapping the football, everybody being on time. Man, this crowd really affecting the football game.
Shotgun snap on third down. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. Fourth down coming up.
Man, I like the aggressiveness on third and short, trying to throw the football, take advantage of a look that they got. They weren't successful, and now it's fourth and short territory. Who knows what they're going to do?
They kick it away on fourth down. That nifty return sets up the offense and negates some of the yardage on the punt. Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. On that last drive, defense had no idea what was happening. Whoa, breaks into the open. At the 20. Touchdown, Georgia. How about this back staying on track and getting it in on the option? What an explosive eruption into the end zone by this running back.
And this back does it a lot. He makes big plays. When you can make big plays like this, it makes everybody's job easier. Oh, we can play action. Oh, we can throw it. But it starts with the run game, and this guy's setting everything up.
We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Week in and week out, guys, you never know what's going to happen in college football. Check this out. Illinois is trailing right now, but let's be honest. The program that turned out Jeff George should never be counted out of any game. They're trailing by 10 to Missouri. We'll circle back. If anything big happens, you should know about it.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. All right, guys, here comes the Florida State offense onto the field. Now we'll get a chance to see if they can answer that last score, trailing by 14, Jesse.
Yeah, and at this point of the game, I feel like offensively, you should go back to what's been working for you in this game. Don't be afraid to dial up plays that you've already had success with, running it and throwing it. It's okay to repeat plays down 14 at this point.
And I would also say, Palmer, kind of understanding that my defense is not playing great, so I know offensively I got to put some good possessions together here, make something happen on this side of the football.
The thing I like about this slot receiver, he's really intentional in his route running. The quarterback always knows exactly where he's going to be on the field. They've got great chemistry.
This dog crowd is off the leash, and they are coming after them, bringing noise on third down. Dropping back, it's Applewhite. Release to the back. Got his man. Great pickup as they'll keep this drive moving, and they've got it at the 45. The Seminoles come to the line with a new set of downs. From the gun, running back gets to give. Got enough for the first. Good pickup there. They'll move the chains, and they're set up at the 41. The Noles injecting some attitude, throwing the spear down and declaring they're going to run the football.
Run the football, be aggressive. This is the part of the offense that, remember, it was a long time Florida State offensive line play wasn't good enough. They got to get that physicality, that run game, if they want to be a great program again.
Well, you live by the blitz, you die by the blitz. That time the defense held it at the perfect time. The linebacker able to make the stop in the short game.
And from the offense's perspective, that's probably making a little something out of nothing. Second down, he'll throw it. Quick strike complete. Hard running there. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, nice job by the defense. That's what you're supposed to do. As soon as they catch the football, you want to limit that yards after the catch. And he went nowhere after the catch. Nice job by the defense.
Better find the earplugs. Here comes the noise. Backing this defense on third down. From the gun, wants to pass. And he dropped it. Just didn't work the thing all the way in.
That's why it's so important for this defense to win first and second down. You set up third and longs like that. You can show your exotic looks. You can get the pass rush going. Everybody on the back end expecting throw. And that's how you force incompletions and force fourth downs.
The Noles looking to convert on fourth down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Incomplete, and that'll be a turnover on downs.
You know, offensively in that situation, fourth down, you're throwing for it. Everything has to go right, or someone just needs to be able to make a play to keep the drive alive. They couldn't get it done, and now the offense is coming off the field.
Give to the running back. Continuing to turn and move it forward, and they're closing in on midfield. It's down at the 48.
I like this guy as a running back because he can run between the tackles and he can also go outside. He can really do it all.
And the Bulldogs can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. Keeps looking downfield. He can't make the connection. It'll be incomplete. He can scramble but couldn't create anything there.
Quarterback trying to attack the middle of the field. I like the aggressive nature, but his receivers aren't 9 feet tall. No one's going to catch that. No one can climb the ladder. You got to bring it down a little bit.
And the Dogs are at the line looking to convert on third and short. Shotgun snap, wants to throw it on third. Oh, he's going to try to hit him deep. And they can't hook up on the big play, and that brings up a fourth down. Georgia lining up to punt it away. They'll boot it away for the first time tonight. They make the stop, and that is exactly what you want out of your punt cover unit. They've got a little time here to put together a productive drive late in the half. To the air, it's Applewhite. Looking down the middle. Got his man downfield. And they finally get him down, but not before. He's got him set up for business at the 49-yard line.
That's what's so scary about this offense. They've got guys in the perimeter that can change the game in one single play, and you saw it right there. Too much speed on the perimeter to create that explosive play.
Looking downfield on first down. They'll throw it to the back on the screen. He gets it past the first down marker, and a really nice job to set up that screen and move the sticks. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Now they'll run the draw. An explosive play in the running game as he's got the first down.
And how about that for efficiency if you're on this offense right now? 3 plays, 3 first downs. They get that one running the football. Great vision and open field running ability. Everything they're doing right now is working. This play caller is in a rhythm.
The Seminoles have it with a 1st and 10. To the air on first down. Got his man quickly. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
Nice job, defense. You always hear people talk about tackling the catch. You saw it right there. There was nowhere for that receiver to go once he had possession. As a result, no gain.
Working well behind the sticks on second down. They go to the ground. The freshman brought down after a really nice run there.
It's so nice as an offense to know you can generate explosive plays by handing the football off to this guy. He has got incredible speed.
And the Seminoles pounded the rock to move the sticks, now back to work. To the air, it's Applewhite. Tight end finds a soft spot. And not much doing there as that defense runs him out of bounds.
And you could tell they set up the screen action, but how about the ability to adjust, right? I see what the defense is giving me. You gonna leave that open? Okay, I'm gonna take it right now.
Going to work in the red zone, they can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. They'll move the wide receiver. Back to pass. And that's going to fall to the ground incomplete. That was a physical matchup there. Third down coming. They'd love to pick up this third down and get a fresh set with first and goal. They try to pop a run on the draw. This time he doesn't get loose, and finally the defense gets him bottled up behind the line. Quick timeout by the defense there, trying to make sure everyone has the same call. And the field goal unit is on the field. This crowd trying to do its part to get inside the kicker's head. He slides that just inside the right upright. That cuts into the deficit. It's now 21-10. So they get the field goal, now about to kick it away, and you get a stop here, and you go to halftime feeling really good about things. And he's going to bring it out. Pulled down at the 18, and the decision to bring it out of the end zone was not a good one. Trying to get something on the board here in the final minute of the first half. Trying to start the drive with a pass. Plucks it out of the air. Smashes ahead. Brought down into 31. It is a first down. The Bulldogs want to move quickly. Quarterback making checks. Wants to throw on first down. Fires to the wideout. Finds a man on the right. There he goes. He'll go out of bounds. They'll mark him down at the 31, and a big pickup on that one.
It feels like everything this play caller has called has worked so far in this first half for the offense. They've generated a really nice lead, lighting up the scoreboard, and they're staying aggressive. They're throwing the football. They're dictating everything right now to the defense.
They might be thinking back-to-back big plays after that last one. 1st and 10 from the 32. Wants to go up top on first down. Forced out of the pocket. Throws to the wideout. He's got it. Run out of bounds at about the 13-yard line, and that's where this offense will go back to work.
Man, it's so hard to be on the run and make an accurate throw. It's just very tough. Very few people can do it. Again, we see the freaks and we see the highlights all the time, but that's a tough thing to do. He made it look pretty easy.
Power football with the run. He'll be hauled down just inside the 10 at the 9 as they're trying to turn this into a score. The offense uses a timeout to stop the clock, and they'll get a quick breather. Second down coming up on this red zone opportunity. Wants to throw. He's working against the clock. Quickly complete. Touchdown, Dogs! Made the grab and took it on in for the score. No step back in week 3. They have been sharp as they extend the lead.
Well, this offense is clicking. They've been doing it all first half. Running the ball, throwing the ball. They had insult to injury with another touchdown here right before teams go into the tunnel. This defense, guys, they have got to find some answers, and they've got to regroup here at halftime.
They got the late touchdown on the board, now about to kick it away and hoping the defense can keep them from answering. Bounces through the end zone. It's a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Looking for a man. It's Applewhite. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be second down.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the second half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
It's complete to the left. Oh, he's got some space. All the way out across the 45-yard line. Mark it out of bounds at the 46.
Nice job by the QB and receiver on this play in a 2-minute situation, knowing to work the boundary, get the first down, and get the ball out of bounds. Great situational awareness.
Looking to throw on first down. He's got an open man. Open space at the 25. Ripping off the huge gain down to the 17-yard line.
Well, this offense is showing you it doesn't take a lot of time for them to generate explosive plays through the air. Big completion on the previous play. They take another shot and hit it, and they have completely flipped the field.
They'll throw it from the red zone. Good timing on the quick out. He goes out of bounds right around the 10-yard line. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. So with only seconds left in the half, here comes the field goal unit. Good right down the boulevard. And the field goal to end the half takes us to halftime. We played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update. And the Seminoles will kick it away to crank up the second half. And he'll bring it out of the end zone. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. As if they didn't get it off in time, it'll be a delay of game. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty.
Okay, ready? Fire! Let's go!
Out of the gun, looking to throw. Here's the pressure. He's going to run it. On the run, and he'll slide to avoid the big hit.
Yeah, I think you're just seeing the experience this guy has, right? He's so poised that initially he's flushed out of the pocket, nothing's open, and he doesn't panic. He's not throwing it away. He's not sliding early. He just knows where the defense isn't, and he's able to attack that space with his speed and get a positive play.
Turning it on! And he's got enough for the first down. They'll mark it at the 34.
And as the game goes on, you're going to see this offense continue to use the RPO. That look was conducive to handing it off. The defense now is going to start putting more guys in the box to slow this running back down, and that's when the quarterback's going to have an opportunity to keep the football and make plays throwing.
Almost had the completion, just missed it.
You got to put that one on the receiver. That's just a flat-out drop. That's a good throw by the quarterback. That's a catch that receiver needs to make.
Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. Looking to fire. Oh, he wants it all. Oh, it's picked off. That's not the start they hoped for. He goes down after the short return, but what a play to get the football back. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Guys, here comes that Florida State offense back onto the field. From the gun, the ground game. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
And coming out in the second half, this offense, they needed to establish this run game. They needed to get something going. They're losing. They've got to find a way to get a flow, to get a rhythm. And so far here to start this second half, defense picking up where it left off.
After getting knocked back to open this drive, it's 2nd and 12. Pulls it and fires to the left. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the first down.
Man, you put those slot receivers in there, and here's why you do it. You back him off the football a lot of times, but who's guarding him? A lot of times those are linebackers. Those are safeties. You get those good matchups where you can feature one of your speedsters, and a lot of times good things happen.
Right down the middle. Makes a connection. Gets away from one. Finds some space. And this defense's head is spinning. He gets it down to the 27.
Well, how about the offense setting that play up? We've seen earlier in the game a couple shorter throws. They're just trying to suck those safeties closer to the line of scrimmage, anticipating that they would get an opportunity to take a shot. They called the perfect play at the perfect time right there.
Takes the easy completion. Got the completion, but nowhere to go as that defense reacted quickly. And the Noles with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. Got him downfield. A huge chunk play as he gets it all the way down to the 11.
One of the nice things about RPOs is that it's a slow developing mesh between the QB and running back, and that allows these receivers time to get vertically downfield and work their routes. You saw it right there on that play.
They'll send the back in motion. Looking to throw, it's Applewhite. Fires to the end zone. And it's caught. Touchdown Seminoles. Field shrinks. Tight end grows. Big targets, big results.
I've never heard it put that way, but you're dang right. That guy is so big. A lot of times you get a DB matched up on him. He can just post him up. A linebacker, he can run by him. So that's why these tight ends are so dangerous down here in this red zone.
Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Fellas, week to week, you just never know, which is why we're here with an update. Boise State is putting on an offensive clinic, and about the only thing we haven't seen is the Statue of Liberty play. They're up by 17 over Georgia Southern. This one has actually kind of exceeded expectations. Always a memorable chapter in the book of college football.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. We're ready to get another look at this Bulldog offense. They're still holding the lead, but hoping to flex a little muscle on this drive. Moving out of the pocket. Working the middle. Good, solid pickup on that one. They've got it out to the 40, and it's first down.
That is a really good-looking throw. And you think about the expectation level now for quarterbacks at Georgia. Matthew Stafford was the #1 pick overall. Stetson Bennett won 2 national championships. Imagine the pressure on this guy. But when you see throws like that, he makes you believe that he can step up and lead this team to yet another natty.
Starting this drive like that is exactly what they had hoped for. Now 1st and 10 from the 40. Out of the gun, the running back has it. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. The Dogs in a good spot here with 2nd and short. The offense changing the play. 2nd down, they'll go to the air. I don't think that's the way they drew it up. Incomplete.
Yeah, and sometimes the coverage is just great. And as a quarterback, you throw the football away or don't try to force it too tight into a window. And you just say, hey, defense won that rep. Good coverage.
And the Bulldogs really need to keep this drive alive on 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. Makes the grab. Putting together a real scoring threat here as they pick up the 1st down at the 36.
Really nice job there by the quarterback, understanding that it's zone coverage on 3rd down. You're going to have to find someone working into a soft spot, get the ball out of your hands quickly, make an accurate throw, and pick up the 1st. Well done.
Looking to throw on 1st down. On the move to the right and looking for a big one. Touchdown Bulldogs! And they take it in for 6 more points. This is like a baseball pitcher that can't miss. He is just pounding the strike zone.
Yeah, it just gets in the zone, right? When you can't miss, you've seen quarterbacks get like that no matter what they do. They're on fire. They're hitting the receivers. And listen, that's also on the defense. The defense has to do a better job making him feel uncomfortable, changing what they're doing in coverage so he's a little bit confused. You can't just let him pick you apart.
The kickoff bounces through the end zone. They'll bring it out to the 25. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half. Scanning the field, it's Applewhite. Looking left. And the physical play there forces the incompletion on 1st down.
My job is to make sure that ball comes loose. And I got to go through that guy, use my shoulder pad, drive my feet, really be physical. Because if he bobbles it at all, as soon as his hand gets to the ball, you can tell the difference when that body jerks forward and that ball starts to come loose and pop out.
On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here. Wide open downfield. Really nice job there to pick up the 1st down and get it to their own 41.
Well, this offense knew coming into this game they wanted to try to attack the middle of the field in the passing game, and they're able to execute the end route there.
The Seminoles have it with a 1st and 10. Everybody and their brother showing blitz. Looking downfield on 1st down. pressure is on the way, and the pressure has arrived, and down he goes at the 30. This pressure from the defensive front is overwhelming, much like when three-time All-American David Pollock played on the Georgia defensive front. Whatever happened to that guy?
A washed-up old guy. I've heard bad things about that guy. But no, when you look at these defenses Georgia's had, these dominant defenses, man, it's just big, physical guys up front. You think about the Jordan Davises and the Trayvon Walkers of the recent past, just guys that dominate a football game. You have to know where they're at on every snap.
They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a first down. This tight end just creates matchup problems no matter how you try to defend him.
How about the catch radius on him, too? So as a quarterback, you don't have to be perfect when throwing it to him. You just got to get it somewhere in his vicinity, and he can come up with the catch.
The Dogs are off the leash and coming after him on third down. Dropping back, it's Applewhite. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. Ripping through the defense and getting it all the way down to the 24-yard line. These two quarterbacks have produced as we check out their numbers after 3. Just about ready to go in the 4th, and we'll see if any drama can be mustered. They'll go back to work with a first down in the final period. Quarterback touch pass on the jet sweep. Not a whole lot of room there. 3 yards maybe, 2nd and 7. The Seminoles want to crank the tempo.
And these little touch passes, man, they're just the easiest completions ever for quarterbacks. Palmer, I bet you would have loved being able to just flip it forward. That counts as to your completion percentage, which is good. And then it's all run after the catch. So pretty easy for a QB.
You wouldn't have been the only All-American in this booth, David, if I were allowed to put it push passes when I was playing quarterback. I'll tell you that. It is so hard to defend. It's so hard to seal that edge, especially when this guy's full speed ahead coming around the outside.
Trying play action. That pass is well off target. He got hit as he was trying to throw, and they can't convert on third down.
Oh, you know what time it is when the defense gets that stop on third down. Fist up in the air. Nice job getting to the quarterback, putting some pressure on him, hitting him, forcing the incompletion. 4th down, baby.
Nestled just inside that right upright. They're hanging around here. Leads down to 12. After putting 3 on the board, the kickoff unit ready to go. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. And Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. That last touchdown drive was surgical through the air, Jesse.
It sure was, and that's why this offense is so dangerous, David, because they can score in a hurry because of how efficient they are.
And they get to the quarterback and knock him down back at the 16.
And that's not how you want to start a drive. On the very first play, you give up a sack and you lose a ton of yards. Quarterback, you've got to know, just throw the ball away, know when the play is over.
And the Dogs have put themselves in dire straits after that last play. It's 2nd and a mile. Wants to go up top. Looking to the big tight end. It's incomplete, and I tell you, this sophomore quarterback's lucky to get that one back.
Quarterback had everything he wanted there. He knew pre-snap exactly where he was going. Of course he was going to be going towards his primary target. Just can't hook up for the completion.
You make up the game plan and not a lot on the play sheet for this. 3rd and long from inside their own 20. Looking to throw, and he needs a bunch. He's open on the right. And he'll go down, but not before the big pickup and the first down.
Well, this guy's been a go-to guy for this offense all game long. We've seen that, and here on a critical 3rd down late in the game with the lead, guess who shows up with another big one? That guy.
Georgia ready to dial it up on another first down. To the air on first down. Grabbed over the middle. It's Barber. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain.
I think that time offensively, you're just trying to take what the defense is giving you, right? They're playing zone coverage. You got your big fella just working right over the ball. It's an easy pitch and catch. Just take the profit and let's keep going.
Wants to fire on second down. Quarterback moving out of the pocket. Finds a man by himself. Touchdown, Georgia! Once he got a snap, it was all over, right to the house. They push the lead out here in the fourth quarter and close to getting back on track and going 2-1.
And this offense continuing to put up points. This game's out of reach. You know you're going to win, but still throwing the football, still finding that connection. I imagine there'll be some salty handshakes at the end of this game.
And he's coming out of the end zone. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. The Seminoles have it back. They'll try to get that offensive spear flaming. They're going to have to be more aggressive in this drive. You can't expect to win this one, David, kicking field goals.
No, especially when you're trailing. You got to have a little more urgency and maybe a little more aggressiveness, Jesse. And field goals are not going to get it done down the stretch.
Yeah, you're going to have to take some shots, no doubt. Bottom line, when the plays present themselves, you just simply got to make it.
And it's going to be difficult for this offense, man. Just where are they going to find the plays? You can tell the defense sitting back. They're playing nickel. They're playing dime. So you need some receivers to step up, make some yards after the catch, some contested plays. This offense has got to do something, and they got to do it quick.
Looking downfield, it's Applewhite. This time he's got his man. Makes the stop at the 29-yard line, but not before he gets 15 on that play.
I'll tell you, you cannot count this team out because of who's playing quarterback. When this guy's in the game, it's never over. Yeah, they're trailing here in the fourth quarter, but this dude can put up points quickly.
Wants to throw on first down. Got it behind the line. It's Proctor. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. Jesse, that's like a throwback to yesteryear, tossing into a pass-catching fullback.
Well, it's nice to know as a quarterback, when things aren't open downfield, you can find the big fella for a check down.
Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on second down. Back to pass. Unloads to the wideout. It's caught. Lowers those pads. Defense on skates that time. They finally drag him down at the 42.
This defense better not blink. I know they've got a lead here in the fourth quarter, but just look at who they're going against. This quarterback is one of the best in the nation. They cannot rest on their laurels. Someone's going to have to make a play.
The Noles are rolling down the field. Wants to go up top on first down. Going to take a shot at this DB. He's got it inside the 15. They make the stop, but this junior loves to show off his arm strength, and he did it there.
Man, you got to like these last two plays by this offense. You understand, you're in a deficit. You've got to score multiple times to get back in this football game. Nice job pushing the ball down the field, making explosive plays. They're going to need more of it, and they're going to need it fast.
Someone not clear on the snap count. It'll be a false start, and they'll move it back. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. After the flag, 1st and 15 for this offense. Motion from the wide receiver. Looking to throw, it's Applewhite. And that one's incomplete.
And I absolutely love what this defense is doing, man. You know exactly what time it is. You've got a big lead. They're going to have to throw the football. So more nickels, more dimes. Bring the speed on the field and get ready to play the pass.
After the misfire, now on second down. Send the tight end in motion. To the air on second down. Unleashes to the end zone. And he can't quite make the connection as he was trying to pay off this red zone opportunity.
At this point of the game in the fourth quarter, it is going to be tough for this offense to get some completions here because now, trailing by this much, the defense is expecting pass and they're putting a whole bunch of extra DBs on the field to help them out in coverage.
On third and long, a check down would be the last resort. Throw it toward the end zone, picked off right at the goal line. He managed a few yards on that return, but the bigger play was the fact that they forced the turnover.
This is a beautiful situation for the defense. When you're up by 2+ scores and you're in this situation, you know exactly what is coming. It's going to be a pass. They have to because the clock is their enemy. Great job playing pass, forcing the interception, almost putting the nail in the coffin.
And they'll wrestle him to the ground after a short gain. Try to make up for some of that lost ground on second down. Smart move to keep it on the ground. Hauled down, but they'll move the sticks as he picks up the first down.
That's got to be demoralizing if you're the defense. You're trailing, you need to get the ball back. You got to get off the field, but you can't stop the run. When they're going between the tackles, this defense is going to have to get a lot more physical, especially in the middle.
From the gun, running back on the move. And he finds enough running room, and he's marked down at the 20.
No mystery on that play. With the lead, we are going to run the ball. You know it's coming, and we are running right at you, right into the teeth of the defense, and they're still able to get a nice gain.
Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. Hand off from the shotgun. And he's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage by the big defensive tackle.
Great job of contained by this defense. And in order to do that, the end man on the line of scrimmage defensively has got to be able to set the point and force the football back into traffic. And that's exactly what happened.
From the gun, the running back has it. Got enough for the first, and he's still going. Now they've got even more breathing room out to the 31 and a fresh set of downs.
I think you have to like what you see if you're the coaching staff here. Your offense is on the field, and it looks like you got a pretty good drive going, and you're just going to try and keep this thing marching, keep the clock ticking. You've got a really nice lead here late. Just want to find ways to keep the chains moving. They're doing it.
And he doesn't find much running room, a short gain on the play.
And I tell you what, it's really nice at this point in the game if you can lean on your run game. When you have the lead, you've got the football late in the game, you can chew that clock and start to really make that defense have a little bit of panic.
Out of the gun to give to the back. And on that short gain, that will bring us to the end of this game. Winning those individual 6-second battles every play, time after time after time after time, and that leads to a victory here.
And I love when teams go out and play like it's sudden death. Like if they lose the game, their entire season is over. This game wasn't for the national championship, but you wouldn't know that watching this winning team, David. Tremendous effort and tremendous execution.
I love competitive people. I love competitive coaches. I love competitive teams that they know that their job is to go out and get a W no matter where you play. You want to play in the parking lot? We'll go